Hi, my name is Michael, and I am a first year medical student. And I thought it would be fun if I created a vlog, sort of, week by week, documenting my first year of medical school so that, sort of the advice, things like that I can give to the first years, or people that are thinking about medical school, thinking about the process, sort of wanting to know what the first year is like from a first hand experience. All the kind of stuff like that. I know I read a couple, type blogs that first years had done, going through the process, going through anatomy, going through everything like that. So I figured that I would do the same thing, put it on YouTube because I don't have time for typing. I don't care for it enough. I don't have the time. You're busy all the freaking time. So I figured I would do like a weekly, couple minute update about my life, sort of what I've done over the past week, goods, bads, what to expect, advice, kind of things like that. Put it on YouTube, obviously. Not like I'm trying. I mean, I'm not trying. I mean, maybe be the next breakout star of YouTube. I don't know, but not like I'm going to be the next like Glozell or Jenna Marbles. But I mean, someone can try. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, I've been in school now. I am going to a DO school, not an osteopathic school, not an allopathic school. I will not tell you where I go to school because um, I don't know, if I say something horrible, I don't want it to like reflect the school or reflect your decision or opinion about the school I go to because I love the school. I just hate medical school because it's rough. It really is going to kick your butt. So anyway, that's that. So first couple. I've been in school for about 3 weeks now. I just finished week three. Week three. I just finished week three, and it's been the toughest thing that's ever happened to me. You hear people tell you all the time that you're going to medical school. It's the hardest thing you're going to ever do, the hardest test you're ever going to take, all that kind of nonsense, and they weren't lying. I went into it thinking that, um, thinking that I went into it thinking that I could just, study. I still have a social life, go out to dinner, maybe stop studying by 11. I mean, it doesn't work that way. They literally were not lying when they say all you're going to do is eat, sleep, and breathe medicine. And even when you're sleeping, you're not really sleeping because the million and a half things you have to do the next day are running through your head. But it is what it is. That's what we're kind of signing up for. Week one was all orientation stuff. Pay attention to that. We did a bunch of time management skills, sort of what to expect. We learned the ins and outs of the school, but ultimately, pay attention to the time management stuff because it's a lot. I was balancing 3 classes. I think they started us at 3 classes. I was in embryology and histology, anatomy, and then I have the OMM, the osteopathic manipulative medicine portion to it. So I'm trying to balance all that, especially because anatomy being 9 credits long. It's the roughest class I've ever sat through, and cadaver lab's super cool though. But yeah, I've had tests and exams. The first two, they kind of group together. They group together embryology and histology, and we've been tested on those periodically. I have my histo final on Monday. Uh, Histo's kind of boring. It's really, really boring. You can tell that the professor who teaches it really doesn't give a crap because he's just so smart that this is so, like, asking him to teach introductory histology is just, like, beneath him. But, I don't know. It sucked. Embryology was tough, but it's more interesting because you kind of follow, it tells a story. So it's easier to study for than just looking at a bunch of pictures of cells and tissues and being able to pick out what is what, all that crap. Professor was really, really boring. He was monotone the whole time. He read right off the slide, and he couldn't really speak English very well, so it was really difficult to pay attention to. Other than that, that was pretty cool. I love my embryo professor, but I do fully believe that the professor can make or break a course, especially in anatomy, because we had the histo professor for the anatomy, and it sucked. But all it well. Yeah, that's pretty much week 1, 2, and 3. It's been rough getting used to anatomy. Literally, get ready, brace yourself for working 24/7 on anatomy. It destroys your life. You will not go in. Just get ready. I mean, honestly, I was not ready. That's my biggest mistake of my first 2, 3 weeks of medical school was that I went into it with the thought that I could still have a social life. I could still do whatever I wanted, and I'd study for 3 hours a night, something like that. Doesn't work. Did not work for me. If you're smarter than me, props to you. But I need 5 hours a night of studying. I need to study from 6 to 11, 6 to midnight, and I need to get out of my apartment. I cannot study in my apartment. I fall asleep, I wake up, it's 8 o'clock at night, and then I get tired, I go back to bed, and by 10, 11 o'clock, I just go to bed and I wake up the next day, and I trek myself to school half a day behind in studying, and it sucks. Playing catch-up anatomy is not something you want to do. You want to stay on top of it. You want to... They recommend studying 45 minutes a night, preparing for lectures the next day, which you need to do. It really does help. Not necessarily reading the textbook, but reading over the PowerPoint beforehand. And then reviewing every night. Reviewing everything every night. Innervation, insertion, origin, what the muscle is, what it does. That all comes into play. Especially in anatomy, we've just been doing muscles and musculoskeletal stuff. But it sucks. We had our first quiz, I guess. I mean, well, it's not a quote quiz. It was a real quiz. It was about 30 points of anatomy, and I tanked it. I got a 50%, as did 75% of the class. The average majority of our class failed the test because, it's everything they word the questions is clinically based. So, yeah, I can memorize, what my bicep muscle does and where it starts and where it ends. But when you're asking me when I crack the head of the humerus, I don't want to sound like an idiot. I'm just, when you crack the head of your humerus, what nerve has the potential to be done? And then the answers are like, what muscle is this affecting? If I have a pinched this nerve because this bone broke. And there's like millions of thought processes that you need to do in order to get the answer. And it was tough. It kicked everybody's ass. And so, luckily the school ended up dropping the first exam, which apparently they've done in the past 3 years because everyone tanks it. They scare us, and now, I don't know why I'm wasting, 6 minutes and 52 seconds of my life telling you all this crap when I should be, in the library studying. But, I digress. It's Saturday, and see, don't get into this habit, because you're going to fail if you do. So, that's week 1, 2, and 3. Basically, I have an exam Monday. So, I'll update you at the end of next week how that went. And then I have my anatomy practicals next Friday. My anatomy first exam is in the following Monday. So, I got a couple I'll get a couple updates for you as to how I balance school, how I'm going to balance studying, good and bad, everything like that. If you have any specific questions, I'm going to try and link my email to the bottom. Just shoot me a question if you guys have anything. We're trying to answer any. I'll read through them all and I'll answer them all at my convenience. But that, the next time I decide to give an update as to, day in the life of a medical student. So, good luck. Get out there, go study, go prepare. I guess it's interview season has started or something like that. So, I don't know. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you'll tune in next week and we'll see where I'm at that point. Okay? Have a good day. Over and out.